what we are doing is just sharing company information and the experience that company people have had. Okay. Each person, we encourage you to seek out any medical advice that, you need to seek out. So guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Question number 1. And Ray, you can answer this. Brian, you can answer this because you guys know more. What exactly is the product and how does it work?
Well,
Go ahead, Ray.
since I created it, maybe I should know. The product is basically a method of communicating with your body through the use of energies and also a few other things that I've incorporated into the product. We call the product a do-it-yourself acupressure kit. And the reason we call it that is that it works in conjunction with the acupressure. So it works with your body. It's a way of communicating with your body. What I do is I have a 7-step process with creating the product where I incorporate different modalities that I have learned throughout my life. I've been into energy healing and health products basically all my life. Actually, since I learned about this clear back in my early 30s. And I can tell you real quick.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, it was. But years and years ago, I had a friend who had an herb store, and we became really great friends. And I learned so many different things from her. I mean, from iridology, we became Reiki master. We did all kinds of things. But she was selling this bottled water, little itty bitty 1 ounce bottles, and people were buying them for $29. And I thought that was a lot of money for a 1 ounce bottle of water. Well, people were putting them on their acupressure points, and amazing things were happening. They were getting healed of all kinds. I guess I shouldn't use that word, but they were getting relieved of all kinds of symptoms and very happy and buying this product. Well, to me, it was like a big scam. I mean, we're talking, way back in the 80s. And so I'm thinking, how in the world can you put water on and these results are happening? So I was concerned about her, and I said, let me check this guy out. Sort of like what you're doing, Scott. So I called the owner of the company, and I said, can I come and visit you? I want to see how this works. He said, sure, come on up. Well, it was in Indianapolis. Well, that was a 5-hour drive or something like that. So I drove up there, and I expected to see a big bottling plant with all kinds of noise going on and stuff like that. Well, it was just him and I think one other employee there in a huge cavernous shop, sort of like what I have here in Morgantown. And I said, well, first he showed me this flip books. And he goes through, he says, this person got cured of cancer, this person had this problem. And I thought, how in the world did you do that with just this water? And he says, well, let me take you back here. And he showed me his place. Well, it was like a barren wasteland in there. There was tables and beakers of water sitting on these little black boxes and stuff. And I said, so where do you make the product? And he said, well, right there. I said, well, what's there? He says, well, that black box there, I'm putting a frequency of vitamin C in that water. And if you put that water on your body's going to think you ate vitamin C. I said, how in the world does that happen? And he said, I'm putting the frequency of vitamin C in that water. And so that water, when you put on your body, it resonates with your body with the frequency of vitamin C, and you get the benefits of vitamin C. So he was doing different formulations for people, and that's how, he was helping people with his products. And I said, well, how does this work? And he said, well, it's sort of like music. He says, but if you look at the periodic chart of elements, every element has its own frequency. In other words, hydrogen is hydrogen, gold is gold, and they're like radio stations. So you have all these little radio stations in the periodic chart of elements, and you cannot change them. If you change them, they become that other element. It's just like you have a dial on your radio. If it's 102, the song of 102 is playing there. If you turn to 101, guess what? It's a new song. So that is how the elements work on a periodic chart of elements. So the thing is, it's sort of like a note. Every element is a note. You put a few notes together and you create a chord, so it has a different sound. You put a whole bunch together and you create a song. Well, that's sort of how it works with pharmaceutical products. They create combinations of elements or chemicals, whatever you want to call it, and that actually has a sound. And the sound, when you eat it, your body picks up that sound. And so it's a frequency that you're eating. He told me the old school of thought was that chemical reactions happen in your body, but that's not true. They are electrical things that are happening in your body. And so when you're eating this frequency, your body is an antenna. Your DNA is an antenna. And all the cells in your body pick up the frequency, and they might change your heart rate, they might change your breathing, whatever. They're going to change all those things just because you ingested this frequency. And so anyways, that's how I got the idea about how it worked. And then he went a little further and he says, well, this water that I have, it has special minerals in it. So these minerals in the water are sort of like crystals. So they're picking up those energies and those frequencies, and they're vibrating. And that's how it communicates with your body. Well, lo and behold, I became sold. And I got involved. I learned more and more about it. And a lot of Amish people, Pennsylvania Dutch, were in this business with this guy. And they were using it on their cows. I don't know if you're familiar with muscle testing, where you put your hand out and someone pushes down a little bit to see if you're strong or weak. Well, they would use it on their livestock. So someone would stand next to a cow and be a surrogate for the cow. So they put their hand on the back of the cow, and then the other guy would muscle test that person to see what's wrong with the cow. And they would use the product on the cow. So you can use it on animals that way. So that really intrigued me. And so throughout the years, and I could even go back further, Brian could tell you, we could be here for an hour, but
yeah, Ray, I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, that'll give you want to know how it works or why it works, but that's the premise of it. And awesome. I ended up, learn how to do that with holograms. And that's what we have today with our product, with the holograms and a quantum energy card.
Great. So guys, that in a nutshell is how it works. Okay. Now, next question, Ray. And as we go through these questions, like I said, I have a whole lot, so don't feel you have to go into total detail. This is kind of just like an overview type of a call.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay. Now, Ray, I know that there's a lot of similar, I do quote similar products on the market. What makes ours different?
They work.
Okay. Is there a specific problem that our product is designed to solve?
Well, they are designed to solve many problems. Matter of fact, I'm learning every day. I mean, who in the world would think that our product would help someone with MS? Okay. We have people in Europe that are, making claims about that. So, and I don't want to make a claim here, but I'm just telling you, every day I hear some new use of the product that I'm not familiar with. And you met John on one of our calls, and John Schaefer is a Olympic coach. But the benefit of John with our company, what he has is he has sort of like a laboratory, if you want to call it that, because of the professional athletes that he trains and develops, and they have different ailments. So he has hands-on experience with how to fix this and how to fix that. And as a matter of fact, he wrote the book on the placement of our products, for whatever, all kinds of things, from diarrhea to allergies.
Yeah. Great. So there's no specific problem, guys, that this product is designed for everything. Okay. Who is the product for? Like age, lifestyle, health needs? Is it specifically designed for any of those, or pretty much anyone?
Well, that's a favorite answer for Brian, so I'll let him chime in here. And before I go any further, I'd like to tell you or whoever your listeners are, Brian is the master distributor of the company. In other words, he is the tip of the iceberg type of thing. He's the advocate for all of our affiliates and distributors. I talk to him every day, many times, multiple times a day, and he's definitely a huge resource. He's the person that you would go to for questions, for help, for strategy, and that type of thing. So you're not forgotten in this business. We actually take care of the people. So go ahead, Brian.
Well, thank you, Ray. To answer your question, Scott, it's really simple. If you can fog a mirror, you can benefit from our products. There's no age restrictions. There's no limitations on application or who you are, where you are. It really doesn't matter. Anybody can use our products.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that we have been on testimonial type calls, but what kind of results have folks seen using this product? You don't have to go into a whole lot of details, but just because we'll get into some of those later.
Yeah, I'll give you a simple answer. We've had millions of dollars of products sold, and we can count on one hand the amount of returns that we've had.
Mm-hmm.
So put that in perspective for yourself. I mean, it's a matter of, when you have that many people using the products, if it didn't work, if they weren't satisfied, if there was any problems whatsoever, we'd be getting products returned left, right, and center. We don't. Yeah.
And that's one of the things that really got me intrigued when you had mentioned that to me, Brian. Is there more, is this product more for support, prevention, or correction?
Yes.
Okay. I love it. How do I know that this is something that, these questions, we're going somewhere, right? But how, the listener, how do I know that this is something that I need? If they were to say that, how do I know that this is something that I need?
Well, it's really quite simple. I mean, you ask yourself, how perfect am I? Mm-hmm. Is there anything in my life right now that I can use a little bit of help on, improving? Yeah. And that could cover everything in a wide range of topics. So we leave it up to the individual to decide for themselves if there's a possibility they can benefit by using our products. And the application of our products cover basically every possible thing you can possibly think of. So it's up to the individual. Yeah.
Yeah, which I love. So it's open for everyone, guys. Is this something that people use? And I'm referring to this like the QuantaGram and the card and everything of that nature. But is this something that people use every day or only when needed?
It depends on the individual. I've been using my products for 20 years. I severely injured my back, L4 and 5, many years ago with one of my companies, and they wanted to do surgery, and I was in my early 30s, and I was way too young at the time. I figured if I have surgery, I'm probably going to end up in a wheelchair by the time I'm 50 or 60. And so for me, I avoided the surgery, and I wore a back brace for many years and, plodded along. I couldn't ride my horse. I couldn't go skiing, couldn't do any of that stuff ever again, in my mind, I thought. And over 20 years ago, I was introduced to this technology, and I use it regularly. I mean, for sleep, for pain, for energy, and a lot of other personal things that I won't get into. But yeah, it's part of my lifestyle. I don't do drugs. I don't do pills. I don't do potions or lotions or any of that stuff. So for me, it's something I use on a daily basis. And I don't need it every day. I have a variety of different products that I do use.
Yeah. Ray, I'm going to come back to you with this next question. Are there actual ingredients? You don't have to give the ingredients if there are, but are there
Careful, Ray. We don't want to give too much information here, Scott. I'm just saying Ray has a tendency, so I'm here to make sure that I'll just say I have patents, and with the thing with people say, how come your products aren't patented? And it's really simple. A patent has a lifespan, and after the lifespan is over.
At the moment, yeah.
Okay, go ahead, but just be careful. Don't
there are no ingredients. I guess where I'm coming from, I had a question today. Then they said, is there anything that is absorbed into the body or bloodstream through the skin using these? Okay, that's kind of where.
No, there's nothing like that. Matter of fact, the sticker, the adhesive on it is a food grade, water soluble glue. It's the same thing that's put on vegetables and fruits and stuff in a supermarket, but it's all based on energies that are imprinted into the product.
Got you. So are there like any artificial additives, allergens, preservatives, anything that people need to be concerned about? Awesome.
No,
okay.
I don't use any pharmaceuticals like our products for relief, to make you feel better if you hurt somewhere. There are no pharmaceuticals. There's no Advil. I don't have those type of energies in there. I use natural herbal type products, and every one of our products have a different formulation of herbal frequencies in there. And the frequencies are from actually real herbs. I mean, I actually have them here, and take their frequency and put into the product. So it's not like I went and bought a book of frequencies and just typed them into a little computer or something. It's nothing like that.
No.
Yeah. Is there any type of testing that you can share with the listeners that's been done to make sure that it's safe for anyone that wears it?
Well, that's a funny question, because the same people that would ask that question will take a cell phone and put all that huge energy to their head. And then they're going to ask me if this little sticker is going to hurt them.
Yeah.
And the question is no. It's, first off, Melinda is sitting here next to me. She has a frequency. I have a frequency.
Yeah.
So our frequencies right now, because of how close we are intertwined. So that's basically how all this works. It's based on resonation. So the products, it may have 50 different herbal frequencies in it, but the ones that are going to work with you are only the ones that resonate with your body, what you need. So you can't overdose on it. You can't hurt yourself with it or anything like that, or all of a sudden say, oh my God, it's got macadamia nuts in there and I'm allergic to them, which I am. So, it wouldn't cause any kind of reaction. Your body just wouldn't accept it.
Awesome. So someone joins us and they decide that they want to purchase, a lot of this product. Is there ever an expiration date or a loss of effectiveness over time as they're stored at a house? Or?
No, I can tell you, I have some products here from, I over the past 20 some years, I've private labeled to other companies, and I still use some of those products just for handouts or whatever. And they still work perfectly fine. Our products are all placed into a anti-static bag, little envelope. And the reason for that isn't because they're going to get stale or go bad, but the holograms are a little more sensitive. Like if you go through the mail system or something like that, where there's, radiation and x-rays and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to preserve the product as best as possible for the end user.
Yeah, I read that on the package when I got my product. It says, keep away from, like microwave and that sort of deal. Mm-hmm. Let's move into more usage of the product. When the product arrives, how should the product be used?
Well, first off, you have to decide, what you want to work on. Like you had your shoulder and your knees and that type of thing. So, first thing you're going to look at is, oh boy, let me check the relief and place that on. Some people have sleep problems, and John Schaefer can tell you with his athletes that the most important thing for everything almost in your body is sleep. So a lot of people don't even realize that they have sleep problems. And I think on our website, I have even a link from the NIH or something like that, where they're talking about how many people actually have sleeping issues. So sleep is a good product to use, even if you think you don't need it. There's nights that I think I don't use it, and I think, oh, I don't need it, But then I wake up in the morning tired, or I wake up during the middle of the night and things like that. But when I do use a sleep product, which is more often now, is I put one right here in the middle of my forehead, and I have a great night's sleep. Mm-hmm. So you just decide what you want. Some women, maybe have the menopause type problems. Then we have, we got the pleasure product for that. Everyone should have one of our on our cell phone to, help protect your body from putting this this against your head or even holding it. It's emitting a signal that's very strong and very dangerous.
Yeah, one of the concerns that I had, and just being honest, we're kind of talking, was when I heard acupuncture, and I'm like, man, I don't know any, places or whatever. And so when I got my product, and I just received it last evening, I was like, well, where do I put? I'm having pain in my shoulder, and when I read the directions, it literally said, touch where it's most tender. I think, can you guys see that right there? Yeah. That's where it's most tender. I put it on last night. Nothing happened. And I'm like, oh gosh, what in the world? And what am I getting myself into? And I kind of forgot about it. And then I woke up this morning and I went to shave and I was not able to raise my arms at all. This arm. And I was shaving and I'm like, wait a minute, something is really different, And I did a video about it. And there's a tenderness to it, if I can explain correctly, but there's no pain. There's not a sharp pain. So that was the next question that I had, where do people place this on the body, which you kind of covered. And then the next question was, well, how long does it take to start seeing results? And you had covered on the call that I was on, Ray, that some people see it immediately. Some people might see it the next day, which was my case. Is there like a time frame where people say, oh, this is not working for me? Like a week? Do they wait a week when they get it? Anything that you can share on that?
I would say if they don't notice something in a day, in 24 hours, you need to find another spot, move it around and you have to experiment with the one called relief. You have to determine where to put it. There's not an acupressure point to look for. Now, John can tell you some acupressure points because he knows, okay, well, you got this problem, you need to put it here. But, and also with the relief product, it's good sometimes to put another one on the opposite side, just sort of like someone shot an arrow through you. Yeah. So where it went in and where it comes out, and that will complete a circuit.
Yeah. Ray, does it get better, or Brian too, does it get better the longer you wear it? Like that was one of my questions myself. I got up today and it's still tender, but there is no sharp pain. But I'm wondering, right. Is there a regeneration of something that's happening?
I can tell you real quick what happens is what heals your body? It's oxygen. You get oxygen to a place in your body, all of a sudden healing takes place. And so what these acupressure products do is they help stimulate your blood flow. And if the more blood you get into that area, the better it's, faster it's going to heal. And sometimes you might want to use more than one hologram for whatever situation where it hurts, 2 or 3 different places. But Brian, go ahead and
100%. Like I say, I injured my back severely. Now, if you were to look at me, you'd never think I ever had back issues. I mean, I can twist, I can bend. Now I'm a little older, so I got to be, I can't push it like I did when I was in my 20s. But I still use them when I do push it too far. But I have no back issues whatsoever. I've had multiple surgeries, and I'm relatively fit for my age. Let's put it that way, without any physical evidence of having any difficulties whatsoever.
Awesome, guys. Can the product be used alongside other supplements or medications?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And I pretty much can people sleep with it on, which we just covered? Yes, you can. Can they wear it 24/7?
No, you don't want to sleep with the energy on because you won't be.
Right. Yeah. No, like some of the like the sleep and that sort of deal. So you can sleep with it on.
Oh yeah.
One of the questions I asked Brian today, are we able, like for example, I'm going to wear this. I believe, is it 3 days on, 3 days off? Ray, how does that work?
It's that's a recommended thing, but you can just see if it's still effective, leave it there. The reason that there's a 3 days on, 3 days off is because you'll overstimulate where it is and your body will get used to it, and then it's not going to be as effective. So you can take it off and move it to a different spot, so it's not that it hurts you to go too long. The problem is that you don't want make your wherever you have it, you don't want to make it ineffective.
And then another question was that, and I had asked Brian this, but Ray, Brian or Ray, if you want to kind of expound on it. Let's say I'm taking a shower and it falls off. Am I able to put a Band-Aid over it to hold it to where it needs to be?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. However, I would recommend putting a new one on because, they are consumable. I'm kidding.
Well, with that, I mean, should people avoid water, heat, or anything that could damage the product?
No, I bathe. I shower with mine on. I bathe. I go swimming. I mean, they're part of my body. They're part of my DNA, and I don't take mine off. I wear them till they fall off, and then I put them back on when I need them again. And sometimes that is longer than 3 or 4 days.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Because when I was speaking with someone, they're like, "Wow, that's kind of expensive." I'm like, it's not really expensive when you realize you can wear one for like 3 days. I mean, that's like a 3-month. Well. Okay, so let's move over into some safety and compliance, okay? We hear a lot about, is the product FDA approved or manufactured in FDA registered facilities? Can you explain a bit more of what that means with our particular company?
Our product is not FDA approved. It's just basically an acupressure product. And we've been selling it that way for 20 some years. And we manufacture it here in our warehouse in Morgantown.
Awesome. Are there any known side effects?
No.
Outside of feeling
yes, but they're positive side effects.
Yeah.
And I could give you a couple examples, but they would be mine personally, so I can't really share them with you. But yes, there are positive side. There's never been a negative side effect.
Yeah. Yeah, we've never had any problems with that. I mean, the only side effect if you got into this business is that you'll make money.
That's awesome. So we covered earlier about who's it for, but I've read some things, but I just want the listeners to know: is it safe for kids, pregnant women, seniors? Is there anything that we should be mindful of on that area?
Pregnant women, you have to be careful with pregnant women. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, and the pregnant women, it's not because the product is dangerous, it's the acupressure point. In other words, if you place, you could just, with nothing, start pushing on a pregnant lady's ankles and put her into labor. So that's the reason we say, pregnant lady, need to speak with their, professional health person before they start poking around on their acupressure points.
Yeah. Ray, I had spoke with you a bit last evening in regards to someone that was, I'm assuming they were joking, but they said, well, our company has so many of these patents and you guys don't have any patent. Can you share with the folks that are listening the reasoning of, first of all, what a patent is and why we were not going to even look into getting a patent?
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, okay, that's easy. As I mentioned earlier, patents have a lifespan. And after the lifespan is over, everybody has access to your formulations, your process, everything like that. And ours is well protected. And because of that fact, we will never patent the product.
Yeah, patents are mostly marketing ploys. I had our attorney check out patents of a couple competitors. And she said that, it was so weak that they wouldn't want to be challenged because they would end up losing their patent. So,
oh, wow.
So that's I just don't feel the need to tell the world how I do this. And there's a huge company out there that it's a different product, but it's sort of similar in the same realm, and they have a patent explaining their equipment that they use. Well, actually, both of these companies did. I'm not going to do that.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of what prevents someone from copying this and doing the same thing. I mean, is that safe to say?
Yeah. The way that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Even beyond the process, the formulations that Ray used, there's no way you can be duplicated because you can't even, explore how it's done. There's no equipment available that be able to go in there and figure out exactly what resonates with the product.
Yeah.
They're that passive. They're that passive.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, when something is precious, I mean, we all know it. If you're listening in, you guys, if something is precious to you, I mean, you're going to protect it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's really bottom line what we're doing. Let's move over into more delivery, support, and that sort of deal. How is the product shipped? And are we available internationally?
Yes, we ship. Of course, we ship U.S. and Canada from Morgantown, from right here. And you saw that Ohio is like a one-day delivery.
Yeah.
So
I was amazed. I really was. I was like, what in the world?
Canada, we ship UPS, and it's, I don't know, about a week or something like that.
5 to 10 working days, depending on the season or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we also ship all through Europe. We bulk ship, product. Excuse me. We bulk ship product to France, and we have a ship route of France. It ships all through Europe and different parts of the world, New Zealand and Australia, and all kinds of different countries that we can ship to from Australia. We also have product located in Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Colombia, Mexico, Bolivia. So we have all those countries also as shipping centers for us there. So we can deliver, if you place an order today for Bolivia, it'll be shipped out probably tomorrow in Bolivia.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do we have any type of a return policy or like a money back guarantee, anything of that nature?
No. Kidding.
No.
Yeah, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee on all of our products. If someone doesn't like them, we've maybe had 2 or 3 returns.
Yeah.
Since we've been in business. We've had, I think, 5 chargebacks in 5 years.
Wow.
I mean, I can show it to you even from our
database,
our merchant account people. So we've had no problem with unhappy customers.
Yeah. I know we have the support. We have Facebook, groups and that sort of deal. We have calls every Thursday where folks can get on and ask questions and that sort of deal. But is customer support available for these type questions? Someone comes in and doesn't see this video. Is there a customer support that folks can write to or email or chat with?
Well, we have a customer support. It is by creating a support ticket, and most of our support tickets are people that maybe, hey, my order didn't come. Where is it? And we have to track it down or something like that, because that happens. Some people might, want some adjustments with placements where somebody was put in their organization, those type of things. But we do not have, customer support reps to hang on a phone for an hour to explain something to you. That type of thing is handled by Brian, by our Zoom calls. And, since you're here, Scott, and we're getting things happening here in the United States, we can start having training calls and that type of thing. In Europe, they take care of their own. They have training calls and complete, support going on, in their system. Of course, I don't speak French, so I'll make a guest appearance and things like that, and they'll have a translator and answer some questions. But they take care of training. We'll be doing that with you and your group because we want everybody to be informed. It's like I always say, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Yeah. I know a lot of times folks want to get on, and some of these, obviously I know the answer, but I'm just putting it out there for everybody else to learn. Do we have the ability to, let's say someone wants to order every other month, or is it just every month or every 3 months? Can they decide when they're getting the product, or do they have to log back in, all the time to order?
Well, we have a voluntary auto ship program. and that is programmed to be every month. And however, you don't have to have auto ship, but yes, you would need to, when you want something, you would have to log in and go to your back office and, make a purchase.
And you can change your auto ship anytime you want to. So it's not like you're stuck with one product forever. You can go in there every month and change it to whatever products that you want.
Yeah. So what if all of those questions were like product based? Because in my thought process, everybody listening to this video needs this product. I don't care what it is, sleep, energy, relief, whatever. Every single one of you watching this video need this particular product. So that was product based customers, if you would. I want to switch over because there is, guys, the ability to build this business. Once you see this product work, why not go out and share it, right? If you're out there sharing about a steak that you ate, no restaurant is going to pay you for sharing about that steak.
No.
This company has the ability to pay you for allowing us to expand into North America here in the United States, and really all over the world. Right. So I want to talk a little bit about how to become an affiliate. Those that say, no, I'm not even interested in any of that. I just want, the product. Awesome. But should you down the road say, my arm can raise up, and the people are like, you weren't able to do that. No, I got this. Why not get paid for it? Right. Not bring in some money. So, Ray and Brian, since you're the master distributor, what type of folks would you like to see joining and building this thing here in the States?
Well,
be honest.
Anybody.
You go first, Ray. You go first, Ray, and I'll finish it off. It's all good.
Well, one of the things that you do realize that the baby boomer is sort of like the generation with a lot of aches and pains and can't sleep and hormone issues and that kind of a thing. So that's probably a really good market. Now they're probably very skeptical too at the same time. So they probably have to experience it and that. But really our products are for everybody. I mean, from little children. The only thing I recommend with little babies is, put it in their pillow or something, in a pillowcase, because you don't want them to in the middle of the night start eating one of these. That would be the only hazard that would be for a child. But I mean, we have people that have, autistic children that love our product. So there's a lot of uses for what we have. So it's really, there is no real target market other than somebody that wants to alleviate some issue they have in their health, or B would like to create some type of a residual income in their life. We have people earning six figures with this company, and lots of people, earning some real income. We pay out a lot. We have a very, very high payout with our program. But Brian, I'll let you fill in the rest here.
Well, you kind of covered all the bases, but in my mind, looking strictly from a business point of view, Scott, I'm thinking you're looking from that angle. I'm looking for anybody who wants to make an impact in their life, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. You're a potential affiliate with our program. Now, there's three ways that you build any kind of business. It's part-time, full-time, and big time. And our program is designed for any one of those three levels that you want to participate in. And the only difference between working, say, part-time and big time, financially, is just the amount of effort you put into this business. And when you have such a product that's so unique, emotional, demonstratable, consumable, has mass appeal, and it works, it's not really difficult. Like you say, if you go to a good restaurant, you want to share that. You would go to a good movie, you want to share that. Now, let's assuming you go see a really good movie, which we do all the time, and you tell 5 people about it. And those 5 go out and tell 5 more, and so on and so forth. And you were able to track over the course of the next 6 months that you saw this movie, and you were able to see all the people that went there. And you went to the movie theater and said, you know what? Because of my recommendation, there's been 1,000 people that went to this movie. How about giving me a little bit of something that they spent? Well, the movie theater is going to say, no, go pound sand. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Our company works exactly that way. You get the ball rolling. We're here to support you. We have all the things in place. I mean, the learning center in the back office, the business center, you can track your business. I mean, all the tools are certainly there for you to benefit from. But to answer your question, as I said earlier, if you can fog a mirror, you can build a business with this company quite easily.
Yeah. And two, I would like to add, when I'm out building and talking about business, and this is one of the things that I had shared with you guys, my desire is to genuinely build a community of like-minded people, where it's not just someone coming in and they're all about themselves, right? And you never hear he, she, it, they, them. It's all I. I don't, this thing has the ability to be a huge blessing to people. And, my thing is I love to attract people that want to actually help other people and not just, themselves. So when I become a distributor, an affiliate, what do I get when I sign up? Don't have to go into a whole lot of details. I know it's a sample pack and that sort of thing, but what do I get joining this company?
Ooh. Okay, I'll do it. As an affiliate, when you sign up for your $39.95, you get a bunch of tools. Number one, as you mentioned, you get a pack of QuantaGrams, which contain 12 relief, 12 sleep, and 12 energy. You get your own website. That's your own personal website, so you can promote your website and people can buy directly off your website. And we pay you the difference between wholesale and retail. You don't handle any products. You get a book written by John Schaefer that tells you all the acupressure points that you can use that utilize our products, the sleep, the relief, and the energy. And you have access to training on a regular basis. In your back office, you have a learning center. You have a business center where you can track all your businesses, so on and so forth. You have all the tools that you basically need. All the questions that you want, that you have to ask, are readily answered for you. So as far as the perspective of what you get a whole lot of bunch of stuff that help you build your business and or just take care of yourself the way you want to.
Yeah. Yep. And Brian, you said all of that for how much?
$39.95.
$39.95 to have your own business.
Yep, you betcha.
Right.
That's pretty good.
I'd like to add that there's no monthly fee. $39.95 is an entire year with our company. At the end of the year, it's $29 to re-up your membership.
Yeah. Are there any product purchase requirements as an affiliate?
No.
Being active?
No. Oh, to be active, yes, you have to purchase at least one pack of QuantaGrams per month.
Yeah, which is 35.
That's right.
Yeah, 35 personal volume, guys, which is nothing, especially if you're using them or building and giving samples out or anything of that nature.
Scott, too, if you're on the auto ship program, you get a discount on the products.
Yeah, 20%.
Yeah. So and this is kind of, since we're talking about the business and everything, can someone just promote the product and not build a team? I mean, say I come on and I don't want to build a team. I just want to buy the product and sell it in my store. Can I do that?
Sure.
But you can sell it in your store. You cannot create your own website. No. And compete with a company type of thing, because, we've had some people that will create a website. They'll buy one of our bulk packages where the pricing is cheaper, for the products, and then they sell them at a discount and interrupt, the existing.
Yeah, that's wisdom. Ray, you had shared a little earlier about the affiliates and the commission that the company pays back.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, it's one of the highest company paybacks that I've ever been part of.
Yeah, I think I got to correct you, Scott. It's not one of, it is the.
The
highest payout.
I just wanted to have a little humility in the whole thing.
Oh, that's okay, buddy. We'll take care of that.
I mean, it's a whole lot, guys, that we get paid back. It really is. And then there's, if I'm stating 7 different ways, right, that we're paid.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, you can go into that later. Is there a way which we kind of answered it, but I'm just making this clear. Is there a way to earn without recruiting?
Sure. If you just want to focus on retail, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, guys, make sure you understand that, because that's one of the main things we run across in this industry is we have to build a huge organization to earn. Not here. Sell the product. Go out and sell the product, right? Get some customers. You can build your own income off of your own efforts, which
absolutely.
I have an interesting fact for you. Last year, we had people earning six-figure incomes with only 500 people in their downline.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Yeah. Do the commissions come weekly or monthly? And how are we paid?
Both.
Yes, weekly and monthly.
Yes.
And then we have our own little card, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Marketing tools are available, guys. I'm not going to go through all these questions because Brian just covered them. Marketing tools are available. Tons of stuff in the back office. And I had mentioned back office to someone, and they're like, what's a back office? It's an online portal, if you would, that we can log into. That is all of our personal information that we have, marketing tools and all kinds of stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
The company, if you cannot tell, gives great support. I don't know how many texts I've texted out to these guys. If a question came, I'm like, they're probably tired of me because I'm so, I just want to get this down, guys, so we can build this thing with excellence. Both Ray and Brian, I was online looking on some YouTube, and I noticed that we do have some events, or we did have some events, regular things. Is it once a year? Ray, you had said something about going somewhere. I don't know if you want to bring that into this call. Do we have events that we can just kind of get together as a huge family and support one another and just go out and have a good time?
Yeah, that pretty much depends on, the growth in the area and the organization. We've had 2 conventions in the Dominican Republic. We had a 10-day tour in Ecuador. So we definitely, we want to have events, but we have to have, people to show up.
Yeah.
And so that's what we want to do. We want to build it here. Brian's got some great contacts in Vegas, so we can, have some things happening there. And, the faster this thing goes, the sooner we can have events and we can have, multiple events. I would love to have regional events, in different areas of the country.
But what's kind of nice, what's kind of nice is the way we build this business today was a lot different than we did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, so look, we're on a Zoom call right now, and we do this regularly, and it's so wonderful to be able to just see the people that you're actually, speaking with over the phone type thing. So it's nice that we have this, but yes, we want to have that personal touch. We want to have that, the meet and greet. We want to feel the energy. We just don't want to experience this way. We want to feel it. And we, obviously, given the opportunity, we do that as often as we possibly could.
Yeah. And guys, I did want to keep this around an hour, so we have about 8 more minutes here. Ray or Brian, are there any social media guidelines or things that we need to avoid saying?
Ray, I'll let you take that one, buddy.
Yeah, you covered it when you opened this call. And you don't want to diagnose. You don't want to use words like cure in your testimonials. You don't want to make claims that we are substituting for medical type help. So we do have people in support that glance through and try to take a look at what people are posting and have them take it down. And if they don't take it down, they become terminated. But we have to protect our company, and the opportunity. And it protects it for you, for everybody. But one thing I would like to mention, I don't know, well, I'll let for your next question, and then I'll say what I'm going to say. Yeah.
What is the long-term vision of the company?
Well, maybe it's out of this world. But my long-term vision of this company, I'm the owner of the company. And the reason that I started this company is, number one, I love helping people. And the more people that we can spread this product to around the world, the better. Is it about money? It's more about helping people. Yes, we want to make money. We have to make money. If you don't make money, you can't help people. So the long-term vision is that we're going to be around for a long, long time. And we have other products that we're looking at coming out with here probably in the next 3 months or so. So we're constantly going to be improving and expanding the product line. And as the company grows and we have, more and more resources, we'll be able to do many different training type things, conventions and all that. My long-term vision is to have fun. And I want to have a whole bunch of, like-minded people enjoying what we do. This is not work. I don't want it to be work. I don't want it to be a grind, but I want it to grow. I like seeing happy faces and people with smiles and that. And what I was going to say a minute ago, I want to put this out there, and I'm not trying to, pat ourselves on the back, but what company do you know that you can talk to the creator of the product, the CEO, owner of the company, and the master distributor of the entire company? Where can you find that you have the ability to do that? We are at ground floor right here in the United States. People might say, why? Well, the reason is we haven't found a leader for the country. We've had many people come to us and they want $10,000 a month, paid up front, and they want all these bells and whistles. And I said, no, I want to build with integrity, because those people are flash in the pan. They'll bring a bunch of people in, we'll get a bunch of volume, and then they're off to the next company. And I've seen that happen. I've been in this business since my 30s. And I'm really, 38 now. But anyways.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm old.
So I want, everything here is grassroots. Why are we so big in Europe? I'll tell you. We had 1 or 2 orders in Spain, and I didn't have anybody to ship in Europe. So I got a hold of this person that I knew in Europe that sold my products with another company before, so she was familiar. I said, hey, would you like to ship our products? She says, okay. So she shipped them, and, a few orders. Next thing you know, that year, no, it's 2 years, okay?
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, her second year, she made over $100,000. The whole entire Europe is under her. She started with just a few little products. So the thing is, you have to follow this business. You can't make it happen. You have to follow it. Just like Scott, you came to us, and Brian and I recognized, oh my God, there's our guy, and here you have Monica here. So I can see a team, just already starting. And that's how this business works. We have, same thing happened in these other countries. There were leaders that rose to the occasion for us to go ahead and invest in a distribution situation in each one of those countries.
Yeah. Ray, staying kind of on this topic, in which I love, there are so many folks that have been part of this industry that have been burned, for lack of better words, due to the owner, getting to a certain level and then pulling out the rug from under the affiliates' feet after they've built teams and everything of that nature. Is there any, for lack of better words, comfort or peace that you can bring to someone listening and saying, look, I'm done with the affiliate marketing. I've just, I've been burned out. I've been used. I've been abused. Can you bring any peace in that area for that type of a mindset or thought process?
Well, first off, I can tell you it happened to me on a major scale. I supplied a company with product that, in 18 months, they sold $19 million worth of our product. And I had a huge, stock holding in that company. And the owner ran away with the money and bankrupted the company. So I ended up with basically nothing, and it really wrecked my life. So I've been where some of these people have been, so I understand what it feels like. And when I started this company, I wanted to start a company that was honest, had integrity, and would take care of its people. And so that's what we're doing. And actually, the silver lining in the guy taking off with all the money was that I had an exclusive contract with him, so I couldn't compete. Well, when the company went out, guess what? I got my product back. And so now I have, I can do, I have them, and I do not private label to anybody else or anything like that. It's exclusively for quantum lifestyle people.
Awesome. Gentlemen, one more question, and I'm going to ask both of you to give the answer. Brian first. What is your favorite story of someone being impacted by this company or product?
Oh, that would be a tough one to pick a favorite, but I think one that's dearest to my heart is my sister. She has fibromyalgia, and she's been in pain forever, and now she's not in pain. One of the most we have Ashley. Ashley should be the poster child for our company. I mean, this woman has had such a hardship in her entire life with multiple physical issues, and now she doesn't. I mean, it's a real, I always tell people that this is truly a gift to humanity. It's really that simple. It's a gift to humanity. I'm lucky enough to be a part of and able to share that gift with the rest of the world. So for me, it's all good. That's all I can say. It's all good. There's nothing here that I have to run away. I mean, back in the day, people say MLM, they go, "Oh, get away from me," Now it's like, I'm proud of what I do. I look forward to the opportunity to share this with people that are receptive to it. I'm not in the convincing business. I never have been. I'm not going to start now, but it's so much easier to have a product that is so unique and work. And it's yeah.
And I like what you said too, Brian. You can feel good about, you can have 100%. The integrity more out. Yeah. Yeah.
There's been a lot of false prophets over the years, and we're all exposed to them. We all know who they are. I mean, we see it every day. And I've been networking for almost 40 years, and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we've all experienced it. I've been fortunate in my life to be with really good people over the years and built really good, solid companies and good mentors. But you always see those false prophets, and they're around today. And it's not about, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's what we have here. We really do care. And Ray I don't need this. I don't have to do this, but he's my brother, basically. And I'm along for the ride. I love the journey. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Ray, what about you?
Well, I hear so many testimonials, and every one of them I get a big kick out of, because I love helping people. So it's really hard for me to say I have a favorite one, but I always say the most incredible is probably the MS person, who I haven't met personally or anything like that. I've just heard about them on conference calls. But I love hearing stories. But another thing that most people that know me know that I love dogs. And my dog Spot is the inspiration for our QuantaPet. And for those people that think that our products are placebo, then they need to talk to my dog, okay? And some other dogs that are out there, and tell them that, hey, they're full of crap. But a buddy of mine, he had a little dog that had cancer. And that dog was sort of dreary, it was nice and friendly still and all that kind of thing. But it couldn't jump up onto the couch. It was a real little dog. I can't remember the brand of it, but anyways, it was
breed.
The dog brand.
So he put our energy holograms on the dog's collar, and you wouldn't believe how the dog perked up. And when you get on our calls from the people in Canada, you'll hear the same thing with cats and dogs with our QuantaPet. That, to me, that proves to all of the naysayers that say that this is a placebo type product. Okay, why does it work on the animal? And I also put energies into the QuantaPet that repels ticks and fleas and insects, and it works. I can tell you this, even though I make these things, it surprises me. It's like, wow, it really works, every day. And I've been doing this for over 20 years, and it is fun. So, I could go on and on, but, that's probably my favorite thing. And the card, that you can change the taste of a lemon and food, and with the card, those are my favorite testimonials, or things that I love to prove to people that this product works. And those things do it.
Awesome. Monica wrote a question over here. How do you start the card?
The Visa card thing.
Oh, the Visa card.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, how do you start the
I didn't
card?
know if you had to create like a wallet or.
Gotcha.
No. What
I've
happens?
been around a lot of businesses.
Yeah. As soon as you earn $25, you'll get an email from.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and an email will say it'll be from PayQuicker. That's who we use, and PayQuicker will tell you to log in and
Set up.
So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, gentlemen, I greatly appreciate your time. I'm honored that you took the time, because time is something, we can't get back, but you took this hour to really hop on here with us. My goal is just to be a bigger blessing to people, and I think this has added so much to, I guess, for my own personal deal, it's kind of reinstilled hope, if that makes sense, because I just love building, and I want to build with a group that wants to build, and they're not just in it for self-glory. So I appreciate both of you. And I guess we'll just reconnect or reconvene at a later time. Guys, if you are watching this video, please get back with the person that has shared this video with you. Get the information, get their link, join us, link arms together, and let's really take this thing to the next level. All right. So be blessed, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.
I'd like to add one thing.
Thanks, Monica.
Yeah.
I think what you're really getting at is we're all about building community.
Yeah.
And that's all we want, is a community where everybody feels welcome, loved, cared for, and a part of something that they know is real. And I feel like we've been trying to do that for years, and that was just our training grounds. So thank you so much for this call, y'all. And so excited to meet you. And I know we're all going to be getting together soon. It's going to happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
Thank you. We look at affiliates as family, and that's not the way I use it. It's
and
family.
that's the way it needs to be. That's the way life is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're right.
Folks are looking for a place to belong, really. Oh, hey, Candace, I didn't even see you on. Folks are looking for a place to be safe and belong and feel valued. So many of these companies out here, they're not valuing the people that are out here building. They're just not integrity and honor, which I absolutely love, and is so much needed. Candace, I'm sorry, I did not see you on, dear. Did you have any questions before we shut off?
Actually, no. Y'all have answered, I would say, all that I had, but I'm going to go over all of my notes, and I'm probably going to reach back out to you if it's okay. My husband and I have enjoyed listening and getting to know what you're so excited about.
Yeah, Candace, if you could just share a little bit about who you are to Ray and Brian. I know you had reached out to me personally, talking about what it is that you do in the shop and stuff that you have.
Career in transportation, 40 years, started with UPS, moved on, continued in sales, was top sales for the United States for a large transportation company. Retired. My husband is a computer genius, and his background, he gets mad when I say it, but it's the truth. And his background is finance, and computers was more of an interest that he just makes happen. We have a business storefront, and we also do some online. And we've both retired and not retired, and family retired family. Actually, we'll never retire, because when you retire, you stop, and that's not in my DNA. And I have done, I would call it multi-marketing twice in my life, and I was in top sales both times I did it. Awesome. So this has got a tremendous personal interest, because, yes, I have pain, okay? And so I'm already going to get on that wagon. And I am a sharer and giver, and when I can help people, my mouth is open.
Great.
So that's who I am.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Yes. We have an amazing group of people here, and there are a lot of amazing people that aren't here yet. But Candace, where are you located?
Nashville, Tennessee.
All right. I like Nashville. I spent several times at Opryland Hotel.
Yes.
I haven't been there
place
yet.
To visit.
You need a weed eater down there.
Well, Nashville's grown tremendously. It breaks my heart in some ways, because I love the old Nashville, but you got to make room for the new. And we are right outside of Nashville, which is a blessing. We can be in Nashville in less than 20 minutes. But we like the quieter part of Nashville now. As being older people, we don't need to scoot and boogie like we used to. We'd much rather do that in the country with the animals, and we're dog people as well.
Great.
Awesome.
So, honestly, this might be the perfect thing that we've been looking at to add to keep us on our feet and keep us moving.
Wonderful.
I believe it is. I agree. And it aligns with some things that I truly believe in and have been studying that I've shared with Scott. So.
Yeah.
Well, remember, guys, I'm always available for you. If you ever need whatever you need, just let me know.
And he does check Facebook.
Once a day. That's it. I'm not that guy that lives on Facebook. No, because I have a life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have this Facebook group, and I chimed in there. I'm like, I guess Brian doesn't log into Facebook every day. Yes, I do, Scott. I'm just in hiding. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here every time. I'm like, okay, great.
It's all
But
good.
all right, guys, thank you so much. Once again, honored. I look forward to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Wonderful.
Nice to meet all of you.
You too, Candace. We're not far from each other.
Oh, good.
I'm just in Northeast Georgia.
Oh, yeah, not far at all.
No, not far. All right, y'all have a great night.
You too. Good night.
Guys.